Hey guys, and welcome to week 2 of my Achilles Rupture update. So I've done week 1. If you haven't seen it, I will link to it here or here. The camera's backwards, so I don't know where it will show. But yeah, I've got week 1 up if you want to have a look at that. And this is week 2. So I'm sort of backdating. I'm a bit ahead, so I'll just go back to week 2. I've made some notes. So in week 2, what I experienced was the beginning of week 2. So I've already done a week in crutches with a cast on, and so crutches, when you haven't used them for a while, they take a bit of getting used to. You forget how weak your forearms and shoulders are and things like that to maneuver around and not bash into things and and make your way around the house and that, especially stairs. That can be quite fun. So how I tackled stairs was I just put the crutches down next to me and I walked or crawled up them on my knees. And when I came down on my bum. So that was much easier because I can't put any weight on my foot because of the cast. So that's how I tackled stairs, moving around the house. Crutches, getting in the way with doors. Everything just takes so much longer. And you do get quite tired. You do start, I sweat, and you do get sort of a little workout maneuvering around and things like that. Steps are quite difficult when you start using crutches. Once you get used to them, it's quite a lot easier. You can sort of swing yourself over them and that. But it's not easy. And you get frustrated, you get annoyed, you get irritated. These things are just always in the way. You just want to get up and go get a glass of water or go wee or whatever you want to do, and you've just got to get these crutches and you've got to figure out how to get up on one leg because you can't put any weight on the cast and things like that. Then you've got to get into the crutches and off you go. So crutches, not great, but they do help you. You do not have to. You mustn't put weight on your foot. So as annoying as they are, they do help you. The other thing I wanted to share was, washing and showering and things like that. Now, because you've got a cast on, I never went the bag route. You can get those bags that you put over casts and things like that, and then you can have a shower and whatever. But I didn't want to risk that. Also, standing in the shower and that, you could slip and, probably injure the other leg. So I didn't do that. I just washed, and it's not great. You don't feel that nice, clean, like a shower or a bath. So washing, that's all you can really do. Try not get it wet because it does affect the cast, and wearing it for 2 weeks, it will start smelling if you do get it wet. The other thing is pain. What pain have I experienced? I didn't really have pain. It's weird. I thought I would, but I didn't. Just sitting on the bed, because you got to try and keep it elevated, so higher than your heart or level. So lying down or having it up. So sitting at a desk like this, it does sort of hurt because it's swelling and the blood's not circulating as well as it can. And talking about that, they do worry about deep vein thrombosis, so they do give you blood thinners. I had tablets for blood thinners. I had 21 of them, so I have to take them for 21 days. And you need to keep your leg elevated as much as possible to help with that. And the only time I really had pain was if I put it up on something. My calf would get squashed, and my calf has constantly felt like it's been in a pulled tight position, or I've done a really hard calf workout at gym, and that stiffness pain that you get where you just touch it and it just hurts. I've had that constantly, which doesn't feel right. It just feels like my calf's all tightened up and really small as well. So that would hurt. Then I'd move my foot, and then your toes would go numb, and I'm constantly moving to try and find a position because it was just uncomfortable. But I wasn't experiencing pain where I'd have to take loads of painkillers and pills and things like that. I haven't taken any painkillers for it. Walking, like I said, you can't walk. You you sort of forget that you've now and then that you can't do certain things. Like you just think, oh, I'll just turn in the chair kind of thing, and you put that weight on, and that's when now and then you get that sort of I guess a piercing pain or like a shooting pain, and that's because you're obviously probably flexing the calf that shouldn't happen, and it's just pulling on that tear that's occurred there. The one thing I did find with the crutches, going back to those, is that you start getting. I started getting really sore here and inside, sort of like carpal tunnel syndrome, where you get the pains in your wrists, and it's that constant weight of your body. Now, like I say, I'm with my physique, I'm quite a large guy, and pressing on that with your body weight and doing that on crutches, it does hurt. So I looked at getting some pads. I will get a picture up for you guys in the video so you can have a look. And I got those, which are sort of like gel pads that you can put on the handles. And that really helped me. It felt much more comfortable, especially doing a bit of a longer distance. Like I wanted to go and see my boy play some football. So I went, we drove down to the park, and just that distance from the car to where they were playing, it's quite a distance from, normal house movement, going to the bathroom or going to get water or going to the kitchen, making tea, things like that. Doing that long distance on crutches, it does hurt your hands, and those pads really help me. So if you do have crutches and you are doing longer distances and you're feeling that pain, have a look at getting some of those. Those really helped. What else in week two? The cast. Yeah, it's warm here now, and I don't like the heat. So having this heavy thing on your foot does make you sweat. It does, it's sort of, you just feel like you want to pull it off sometimes because it's so heavy, and it's just really constricting, and it feels tight sometimes. Sleeping, it's it's a cast. Nothing can sort of bash it around, and you don't really feel anything. Well, I haven't felt anything when it's been knocked and stuff like that. So sleeping was okay. Again, I didn't experience much pain. Some days I'd have sort of an ache, but again, nothing too serious. So after this now, which is 2 weeks, I'm going to be seeing the fracture clinic, and that's where they would be looking at putting me in one of those walking boots. So that will be in my next update, and I will tell you all about that. And so this is week 2. I hope it gives you a bit of insight into what you can expect if you do experience an Achilles injury. And following that, they were looking at a ultrasound, which I will also put a video up to just explain the different types of tears that they explained to me on how the Achilles can rupture, and that, which is quite interesting. So I hope this helped you guys, and I will see you for the next update. Cheers.